GPS is Gigi's personal services. She's an RV expert with over 3 decades of experience. To learn more, visit thervadvisor.com today.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
It's Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's Gigi and Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just Ask Gigi. It's our first new show of the year. I'm Tom Alexander. She, of course, is the star of the show, Gigi Stetler. Happy New Year, Gigi.
Happy New Year. I forget I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, amazing. It's great to be back on with you for another wonderful season of Just Ask Gigi, and lots to talk about. You had a good celebration with everybody over the holidays?
The Christmas was way too short. I feel like we got cheated because the Christmas Eve we had the office party, and then go home and I prepared for Saturday, and I cooked all day Saturday, and then so I normally really only had one day off. Like Sunday was like the day kind of off, which I went to ride my horses, and so anyway, it was just short. And then but at least this weekend, New Year's was, someone's at the door. This New Year's was at least we had Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Gives us a little time to recover and launch into the new year. Speaking of New Year, we've got a new alert to let everybody know about. And why don't you share that? You said you were reading something a little earlier on, and had a piece of news to share with us, huh?
I just thought that maybe we'd start the year off with the buyer beware. We have that in big, bold, red letters on our website. So there's and it's probably not new, but some of the big retail RV chains have been busted in New York. RV1 Superstore, one of them, and I can't remember the other one, but I will fill you in after. So there's quite a few scams going on now with these larger stores, which is so it's mind-boggling that's even necessary to do, because there's enough business going around. And I guess what they're so anyway, they're the old bait and switch that used to happen 100 years ago in the appliance business and things like that, or the used car business, things like that. So that's happening. And so what dealers are doing, and I've actually I've had a couple of GPS clients that have brought it to my attention, and luckily they hired me before they signed on the dotted line. So what's happening is they're coming in on an advertisement, and they go into the store with a particular the ad in hand, and looking at a whatever camper, and they want to buy that particular unit, or they want to see that particular unit. Oh, well, that's not available, or that's at another store, or sold, but I have this one over here. So then they but what these dealers are doing, which is a little trickier, because the old bait and switch, they would just like upgrade you, and they never really had that loss leader, they call it. But what they're doing now is they're telling you, that's at the other location, but it looks just like this one, and everything is just like this one. It's pristine, it's perfect, it's this, it's that. So go ahead and close on it, do your loan, your paperwork and everything, and then I'll have it brought over here to this location for you to pick it up.
Oh man.
And either they go get it at the other location, or the unit shows up at the other location, and it is nothing like what the other one looks like.
Right.
And so apparently in New York, the attorney generals have stepped in, and they got spanked and fined. And there was a big I don't know if it was a class, I don't think it was a class action, but it was, enough complaints had marched into the attorney general's office in New York. So unfortunately, for many other people, it it's up to the state to prosecute, and find these dealers.
Yeah.
So they got a slap on the wrist, but they're making billions of dollars. Their profit and loss statements and their financials are just through the roof. So anytime, so when you walk into a dealership, if you go with an ad and they tell you that that unit is not there, or it was sold, or it's somewhere else, don't sign anything. And if you feel like that unit was not, that it really doesn't exist, or it never existed, maybe do some little investigating just to help out the next fellow RVer, to kind of tip them off that, hey, this store does this, this kind of crooked advertising. But it's a federal offense for false advertising. So, you might want to contact your local the FTC, and which is the Federal Trade Commission, and report them, because there's no excuse for doing crooked business right now. There's enough money to be made, by everyone. There is absolutely no excuse.
Very frustrating. It's really something. Well, thank you for sharing that. And so buyer beware alert right here on Just Ask Gigi. When we come back from the break, we've got your questions, and a couple of good ones this time around. Oh, they're always great. Very interesting and informative answers as well. We'll be back on the other side of this break. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on Just Ask Gigi, along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Of course, Gigi, here they are. The questions.
Awesome.
The first one is from Len, and Len's a first timer. He says, first timer here. Do you find most larger chain restaurants like Cracker Barrel have easy access and parking for larger rigs?
Great question. Yes, they do it. What's unique about Cracker Barrel is, at least the ones that I've ever seen, they're right off the interstate. So they're accustomed to large tractor trailers, big rig parking, and it is a great place. Go there, have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and learn how to back and park and navigate, through a lot of trucks. But yes, they are perfect for that. So is Walmart.
Yeah, and it's interesting because one of the appealing things, the few Cracker Barrels that I visited is that store out front. In every you go through the store to get to the restaurant, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they have all these like brands and things, like oddball things that you remember from your childhood.
Yeah, just stuff. Yeah,
it's the stuff. It's like it's crazy. Well, thanks, Len. That is a great question, and thanks for that answer, Gigi. The next question is from Carrie, and Carrie asks, you think over time RV parks will have better Wi-Fi? It seems we have issues everywhere we go. We've heard this. We've actually experienced it a few times with some guests on the podcast, where they're at the mercy of the Wi-Fi connection at some RV parks. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, we actually partnered with now I got to remember who it was, but that RV resorts, something that have like many resorts, and they have their Wi-Fi in there, and their Wi-Fi is like the best ever, supposedly.
Yeah, industrial strength.
Yeah, so I've personally always used my hotspot, my personal hotspot, and it works great. I never rely on on those campground Wi-Fis, but I think I don't think the campgrounds themselves are going to update the infrastructure, but there's a lot of new companies coming to market that are selling their Wi-Fi extenders to these campgrounds. So maybe, when you're searching for a campground, put in, when you type your search for looking for a campground, put in, Wi-Fi is, the number one priority. And then then you can kind of feel them out to see if they've got the, any new upgraded enhancements on their Wi-Fi. But I would definitely, your phone, the data now it's almost included in your plan, but also they have what's called a Fire Stick that they sell as an aftermarket, and that gives you high-speed internet everywhere you go.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Carrie, for that question. If you want to ask Gigi a question, very simple. It's info@thervadvisor.com. Info@thervadvisor.com, and in the subject line, just put JAG or just ask Gigi. We'll get your question answered as soon as we can. We're going to take a quick break and wrap things up on the other side. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Stay tuned.
Watch Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. It posts every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on our Facebook page.
Wrapping things up now on Just Ask Gigi, along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And Gigi, at this huge sprawling metropolis that you've built over there in Dania, Florida. I was kidding earlier with Neve. I said it's going to need its own zip code one day. There's plenty of room for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah. So, I've always, had an itch to promote small businesses because I'm a small business, minority business. I check all those boxes myself. So I really wanted the opportunity to help small businesses get off the ground. So we've got pop-up shops here at the new Planet RV Marine and Marketplace, and it's very unique. So you could rent space from me by the hour, by the day, by the week, by the month. No long-term commitments, no commitments. No security deposits. So you can, basically have a storefront. We're pop-up shops. So we have, waterfront, we have them in the hangar, we have containers, we have sheds, we have all kind of things to rent. So, if you've got a small business, or if you're just down here for, passing by and, you sell products and services or whatever, we have all kind of things available. But if you're just here, for the winter, or you want to stop by for a week, whatever, and whatever we could do. And we're also going to start some RV Advisor. All the RV Advisor members get, they get free inspections, but I'm going to start doing seminars on sales and seminars on service, and starting to bring people in. You'll be able to stay overnight too, because we'll have parking for that. We don't want to be a campground, but we want to be able to have our drive-byers, pass by and spend the night. And so we have all kind of things going on, and we have some events happening too. Wednesday night, we have a seafood festival on the 25th of January. And then the last Saturday and Sunday of every month, we will be having car shows. So Saturdays are supercar Saturdays, and it's classic car Sundays. And that's going to be every last weekend of the month. So
Fantastic.
Come and join us, and, vendors welcome and all of that. So I would love to meet all of my followers. Would be great. One by one, all by all.
Absolutely. And I promise you that coming in this first quarter, I'm bringing the band out.
Yes, hopefully soon, because we actually, if you have interest on that 25th, if you guys can do it, you can come play on the 25th of January.
All right. What day is that? It's
a Wednesday night, 6 to 9.
Okay. Well, we got to see if, let me see if I can round the guys up for that and see if they're all available.
All right.
And
perfect.
we'll do our very best.
Perfect.
Well, there you go. Show 1 of 2022.
Yay.
Is wrapped. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And this is Just Ask Gigi. We thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. So long, everybody.